Hello guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you here and I hope you're gonna enjoy your time. So about a week ago I posted my Pendos palettes update and I had a really similar makeup one in this video. In that video. And a lot of people were asking me if I have a tutorial on it, or a lot of you seem to like it. And I had no tutorial. I was honestly just using some of the palettes that are actually in my Pendos palettes to use them a bit more, and I just got ready. But because so many of you seem to like it, I decided to recreate the look for you. So here we go. Also, we are in the process of moving, so excuse the box in the background. But yeah, I think that's it. If you like beauty videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of my little community here. But for now, let's jump into the tutorial and I can show you how I created this look. It's just a really nice, simple burgundy smoky eye with a hint of gold. So I already primed my eyes with my Urban Decay primer potion, and next up I'm going to take the Jessup MUL12 brush. Again, don't know what the MUL stands for, but that's what it's called. And I'm gonna go in this dusky pink shade in my Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. And I like this brush because it doesn't take a lot of product on it. It doesn't pick up a lot of it. So I can just lightly build it up both above my crease and also in the outer corner. It's gonna be a super light layer. Are you too bright? Oh, maybe that's better. I don't know. There we go. Just a really light layer of pink. I feel like I even applied a bit more than on my other eye. So let me just take a clean brush and run over it. There we go. You know, you can always fix it if you feel like you got a bit carried away. Then I went over for my e.l.f. crease brush and the Balm Nude Tude palette, and I used the shade Sexy, which is this deep burgundy shade. And I dip my brush in there and just pack it on the outer corner. Doesn't have to be super neat at this point. We're gonna go over and blend it anyway. So once you look like you got punched in the eye, you're gonna take a big blending brush. This is the Blank & West Cosmetics E42, and dip it in this burgundy shade again from the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. And this burgundy is not only a bit lighter, but it doesn't have as much pigment to it as the Balm Shadow. So you can just take that and start blending the edges out. And also, at this moment, you can see it's more of a rounded shape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just start dragging it out as well while blending it. So it will give me a more elongated shape rather than a more round one. And I find this is quite a good technique to smoke any shadow out without going overboard. And then you can also take this and while blending, blend it a little bit in the crease, not too much. This would be so much easier if my eye shape would match. If you feel like you need a little bit more shadow, you can always go back and dip it back in. Once that was done, I took a small flat brush. This is just like a no-name one from a set from Amazon, and I went back to the Balm palette and the shade Standoffish, which is this really light sparkly pink color. And I applied it in the inner corner and basically everywhere, all over my lid, and blend it into this deep burgundy. And obviously we'll have to do more blending than this, but to start with, this works. Then I go back to the Blank & West Cosmetics brush and just blend the crease area. And then I go back to the e.l.f. brush and a little bit in the shade Sexy, not too much. And then I also take another brush, which in my case is the Morphe M506 and the burgundy shade from the Wet n Wild palette, and just blend it in where the two shadows meet, like where the shimmery and the dark shadow meet, and this will help to fuse those two together a bit more. And you can still see that that eye is a lot more sparkly than this one, and it's because we are not done yet. I went back in another shade. This time it's from my Tom Ford palette, and I'm penning this gold shade. So I'm gonna take that and use my finger to tap it on, and it will give it that extra sparkle that we're looking for. Beautiful, that shadow, really beautiful. Then again, you can go back in with the blending brush. I feel like it made a bit more lightening here. And then again, if you feel like it needs a bit more fusing together like I do, you can go back in the Wet n Wild palette, even with the same brush, and just blend the two together a bit more. Then to clean up the shape, I go in with a cotton bud and just put a little bit of remover on it and clean up the shape to what I want it to be. And then what I did to blend a bit more, I actually put the cotton bud there that I used as a sort of a guide, and just took the brush to blend it out a bit more if it needs to be blended out more. Just all upwards. Okay, once you got to a shape where you're happy, the last thing I did is I took a small smudger brush. This is from Joseph and it's the number 18. And I dipped it in the shade Sexy and Serious, which is the burgundy and the black. Mixed that on the brush, just a small amount, and I blended it, or like smudged it more so in the outer corner. If I had an option to be someone else, just so it gives a little bit more definition to my lash line. I mainly concentrated it on the outer corner. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Now I'm gonna do my complexion, and then I will be back to finish the lower lash line. Alright, so as you can see, my complexion is done, and so is this eye, and I'm gonna just talk you through what I've done and finish my other eye. So first things first, again, I took a small brush, just a small flat brush, and I went in the Balm palette and mixed together Standoffish with Stubborn, just so it's not too shimmery. I took a little bit of both and applied it on my brow bone to lift it up a little bit, and it's such a beautiful shine, you can see it there. And then I used the same mixture just a little bit in the inner corner of my eye as well, because it is stunning. Next off, I just used a little brush that was in an Illamasqua palette, so hard to say, and I used the fluffier end to dip into the Wet n Wild palette and that burgundy shade that we used before, and I just blended it all over under my eye, well, on the lower lash line is what I mean, if I could talk. So just blend it out all over there. Concentration. And then I swap over to the other side, which is like an angled liner brush, and then I dip into the shade Sexy from the Balm palette, again the burgundy that we used before, and I just concentrate this more on the outer corner, and I would say I bring it in about halfway in. And then you can go back in with the other side of the brush and just blend it. Once that's done, I apply about 2 coats of mascara. I use the Gosh Boombastic Overdose mascara, so I'm gonna do the same, and then we have one last step after this. My last step was just an eyeliner, and this is the Kiko Kajal eyeliner in the shade 11. It's just a beautiful deep purple color. And that's the eye look basically. That's all my eyes done. There we go. Quite a few people mentioned it that you liked it, so hopefully this little tutorial helped you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. It would mean so much to me. But for now I'm gonna go. If you would like to see more videos from me, I post every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I have the occasional Saturday videos as well. And I hope to see you there. I think I have nothing else to say. Bye bye!
An option to be someone else, I would.